I often get questions when I'm coaching people. I've got a great idea. How do I pitch this in a way that people can believe it and buy into it? And so talk to us a little bit about that. Seth Godin, I love some of his quotes. And he once said that people don't believe what you tell them. They sometimes believe what you show them. They usually believe what their friends tell them. They always believe what they tell themselves. So talk to me about how you get in the middle of what someone is telling themselves and sell a concept or an idea or an opportunity to them, because I think it will help other people who are listening.
Well, I think, getting back to being a salesman, my mom always knew I was going to be a salesman because I used to take the rocks out of my neighbor's driveway and then try and sell them back to him.
Brilliant.
And I had a little bit of success with that. But I actually never thought I wanted to be in sales. When I was coming out of college, I thought to myself, I need to go work on Wall Street because that's what notable professions are. And I did that actually for a few years, and I was bored stiff. I went back to school. I came out of graduate school and kind of fell into a sales role, my first job in the media business at Turner Broadcasting, but had to convince myself that it wasn't the cheesiest thing in the world. I always thought of salespeople as, they'll slap you on the back and they'll buy you a lunch or whatever, and then you'll sign a deal. And that's not at all what it turned out for me to be. And the way I convinced myself that I could be a good salesperson was I thought more of it as a consulting job. And I'm not sure consultants are any more noble than salespeople.
Well thought of.
Although I do have, my oldest son is a consultant now, and I have a lot of respect for him and what he does. But to me, consulting seemed to be a little bit more cerebral maybe, and therefore it was okay. And what I really thought about, though, was if I could walk into a client's office and I could think about their challenges the way they're probably thinking about them and put whatever it was I was selling in the context of solving their problem, then I would probably be more successful than the guy or the girl that came before and after me. And the minute I start showing that I've got some chops and I understand their business, they'll have more time for me. And that'll differentiate me from everybody else. And so ultimately, to me, I've never thought of myself as a salesperson. I've thought of myself more maybe as a marketing consultant. And the people I look to bring on board, my teams, you need a healthy balance of different types of personalities. But ultimately, if they're not business curious, they're probably not going to be successful. And so that curiosity that forces you to ask questions and drive to what ultimately makes the customer's business a success is what makes you ultimately good at what you do. And so you have to have this thirst, this interest, this want to ask. So if I'm going to visit the CMO of Taco Bell, it's really not about, how can I help him sell more tacos? It's about what are his franchisees' challenges, the business of his business.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
And you ask those questions, you meet the franchisees, and they'll say, well, Dan, turnover's a problem. I turn over 100% of my store team every year, and that costs me. So then you start thinking about, all right, what are my products that can help them solve the turnover problem? And pretty soon you're in deeper and you have better success.